2, 1. Alright guys, here I'm done here. We're going to be taking a look at some of the sets here on the PTS, including the style and what they do. We have two new motif stuff, or two motif styles coming in here. The Fang lair style and the Dragon Priest style we'll take a look at, as well as some of the set bonuses that we're getting first due to some of these dungeons here. So typically how it works is after ZOS releases the dungeon here, a few weeks later they're actually going to release the motif. For now though, you're just going to have to grind some of this stuff to get it up. Alright, first up, Caluurion's Legacy. Breaches. I'll put all this stuff on here actually just to show off the base. Kind of skimpy on the top here. Breeches, Legacy robe, hat, pal drones, gloves, sash. Do it with the jerkin. Actually, let me take this off for a minute here. Okay, it still has the top there, but I was gonna say this is probably the skimpiest one I've seen outside of Shadows of his stuff. See there, you got 2 books on your side. Just ready to go to town. Now the set for this here, Caluurion's Legacy Jerkin, critical, spell damage, critical. When you do critical damage and single target magic damage, you launch fire, ice, shock, or disease ball at your target that deals 12,450 damage and applies a status effect. This effect can only occur once every 10 seconds. So they're kind of playing that whole like concussed, snared, disease thing there. Don't think it's too bad, but like, okay, so what they're basically doing with this here is the PvP side of it is it's now a ball that's going toward the person so you can dodge yourself out of the way. For the PvE side of it, it's doing this RNG thing where it's giving one of several items here. I don't know if it's going to be great for damage considering it's 1200 or sorry 12,000 and it's over 10 seconds. But at least it doesn't have any RNG to it. So when you take a look at it, every time this works, you'll be doing about 1,245 damage every second for added DPS. So don't think it's bad, but don't think it's going to be like the meta here that's going with this. So this is Fang lair here. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the other Fang lair stuff while we're like in this mode. So this is the axe. Not bad. Battle axe. That looks a little sightless. That's actually pretty good. I like that there. Bow. I take the hat off here. It's like clipping through. Yeah, that's not a bad bow. Dagger. I feel like I've seen this before in the Dark Brotherhood, but that's me. Greatsword. Yeah, this has a very like Dark Brotherhood motif type of look to it to me. Legacy staff. Of course, it's out of the shot here. Let's bring ourselves out of here. Oh, that's actually kind of cool. I thought it was going to be a dragon from it, but it has like the actual moon symbol in there. Be interesting for Khajiit, I think. Mace. Just kind of like a standard cudgel. Maul. Sword. And we have a shield. not a bad shield, not like the greatest though, I think. At least in my opinion. Let me know what you think, guys. So now that we're on Fang lair, let's keep on going with some of the Fang lair stuff here. As we're kind of going alphabetical here, but we're going to skip over to the next sets here. That's Dragon Priest. Dragon Priest. As you can see, I have some extra just trash here. Okay, this is Fang lair. Trappings. So this is the medium set here. I think this is more skimpy than the light armor, to be honest. Like, it has the bands going across there, but like, it has less of a back to it than the other. It has this here, like, if I take that off. Yeah, that's kind of perverted. Definitely keep your skirt on with this. Books on this one again. Doesn't look too bad. You have a lot of midriff to show off, though. And a lot of back to show off, too. But it feels like we're getting into this whole... it feels like we're getting into this whole, like... The whole fantasy game thing there, where the less armor you wear, the more powerful you become if it's a female character. It just kind of feels weird. Okay, now, Trappings of Invigoration. Stamina recovery, stamina recovery. When you cast an ability that while under 33% stamina, you restore 8,686 stamina. This effect can occur once every minute. So it's sort of like a worm cult in this. I don't think it's meta enough for anyone to ever use it. It doesn't say it doesn't say that you have to use a specific ability necessarily. So it's going to be a magic ability or something else like that, but 8,000 is not that much to recover when you're at 33% or less. Let's be honest. If you're stamina build here, right? 8,000 is just like a drop in the bucket. And you're going to be at like 30k stamina. So that's not even a third of your stamina. Warlock and like Lich, they feel more meta in the way they give it. I thought mid armor didn't have robe. It does. In certain cases, they have skirts like this, like long skirts. So yeah, I don't think this was gonna be like top tier anytime soon. You guys can tell me if I'm wrong in that, but yeah, if this restored a lot more, let's say I give back 2,000 stamina every minute, that wouldn't be too bad. If it was shorter duration as well, if it was, let's say, every maybe 10 seconds, maybe 20 seconds at most, it might be something that people would use, but I doubt it. Again, if you think I'm wrong on that, guys, go ahead and let me know. But I don't see this being used by many people. Alright, and final is Ulfnor's Favor, which is also a heavy Fang lair. Okay, this has a bit more to it. Still, your waist is exposed, and we can see your belly button. But at least it definitely feels more like a tanky set. And those palindromes, look at them. Okay, and this set does 1,000 health, 1,000 health, 124 magicka, or 124 magic recovery, 124 stamina recovery, and 4% healing taken. on 4. Number 5, when you increase the magic and stamina of your heavy attacks restored by 30%. That's an interesting restore set right there. Like, especially for DKs, I think that might be actually something people use. Maybe a couple with a few other passives in your heavy line. Where is it here? Revitalize. Increases the magic and stamina of your heavy attacks by 25%. Then you have another one there that's got another 30% on top of that. And if you're going to be putting into your tree line here, into tenacity, increase your magic and stamina recoveries for fairly charged heavy attacks. Let's say if we just like down that, right? Put everything that you have into tenacity here. 15% on top of that. That's going to be an interesting build, I think. Yeah, so I think that you can see heavy attacks restoring those stamina, magic and stamina, just keeping your stuff up like indefinitely with some of those other builds there. Would it be preferred to go heavy or stamina or magicka? I think it's probably more hybrid, to be honest. Would it be preferred more for PvE or PvP? I think more on PvP side. PvE would not min-max. Min-maxers wouldn't bother with this because they already had the ability to pump out as much damage as they need. And tanks wouldn't have the time to do a heavy attack. At least not consistent heavy attacks. PvE side, though, I think you might see some interesting bow builds or something else like that with it. More magicka builds, I feel, but... And especially with some of the changes that came out with this patch. Oh, that's not all for Fang lair there. Try to remember. Fang lair was the one we just did tonight, so that's going to be the dragon one. Here, let's get ourselves out of that. Nope. So it basically took a dragon skeleton and put it onto our head. You got a good shoulder to it, too. Now, the actual ability of this... Thurvokun's Visions. Maximum health, and number 2. When a nearby enemy damages you, summon a ground of desecrated bile. Oh, no, wait. Am I using the wrong one? I think I'm using the wrong one. Yes, I apologize, guys. This is the next set here. Let's ignore that one there. Apologize for that. This is the next one here. This is a desecrated dragon mask, basically, here. Interesting that they did this with the Khajiit style here. Kind of shiny. Okay, so now this one adds 833 spell critical, and when you deal critical damage with light or heavy attacks to a nearby enemy, again, light or critical with light or heavy attacks. It's not your abilities. A beam of fire will connect to your enemies. The beam deals 4,128 flame damage every 1 second to your enemies for 5 seconds. Every second, this damage increases by 50%. The beam is broken when the enemy moves 10 meters away from you. This effect can occur every 15 seconds. So, if you're weaving in attacks, probably doing a lot of light attacks, this looks potentially good. And even for your stamina builds out there, yes, it's spell critical, but I feel like this is the same situation as like Ice Heart, where it gives spell critical as well, but the critical use of it, like every time you're getting critical, it's not an RNG chance. Every time you're critting on a light or heavy attack, you're going to be getting these beams shooting out, and that's upwards of... shoot, how to explain this? If I'm doing the math correctly here. Let's see if I'm doing the math correctly. Be 4,128, right? times 50%, right? So times 1.5. 6,000 the first tick. Times 1.5. 9,000 the next tick. Times 1.5. Next tick. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The final tick is doing 31k at the last tick. And remember, this adds up here. So that's like the... Actually, that might be the first tick here. I might have to take back a 15 here. But either way, that adds up to that, to that, to that, to that, to that as you go along. So I feel like that this one is a little bit strong right now. PvP, I think it's also going to be kind of meta. Even though it has a simple way to get out of it, simply getting out of range. We'll have to see if it holds on to Nightblades even when they cloak. And getting us out of range, it might take about 2 roll dodges. But if a person's keeping higher pressure on you, that's going to be hard to do. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. I expect they're going to probably put in a nerf or 2, but that's me. Alright guys, next, let's take a look at the Dragon Priest stuff here. And let's go light again, because that's where we started. Go to the Jolunds. Alright, so we're looking at the first bit of light stuff here. And see, that's a very, like, Dragon Priest look. And while we're here, let's scroll down. How would they fix ones that you feel are a bit weak? The stamina one, they either got to reduce the time frame or they've got to increase the bonus. That's just what has to happen. I'm looking for that Jolund stuff, but I might not have it. Here it is, okay. I think I have enough here I can show. Yeah, okay. Okay, Jolund's guidance. Axe. Kind of reminds me of Celestial. Two-handed axe. Celestial or maybe a little bit of Silicon Ring. Bow. It's not bad. It's not great, though, I don't think. Dagger. I could take it to the Ul'vor, to be honest. Great sword. Nothing I really feel like I have to get. Alright, this is the staff here. Staff kind of has the head there. Mace. Maul. And sword. Oh, and we got shields too. There you are. See that? That shield isn't too bad. I think that shield is probably the best out of all of it. Also, for light armor, this looks just kind of tanky. Okay, now let's look at this set here. Jorvuld's Guidance Robe. Magic recovery, 2% healed dealing done. Increase the duration of all major buffs, minor buffs, and damage shields you apply to yourself and allies by 40%. So it's only increasing the duration, but that is major for a lot of people. I think this is, again, probably best in slot material because it's you're gonna have a lot more uptime in general of most of the stuff you're gonna be using. What you're gonna pair it with, I'm not sure. Typically for trials, for example, you have 2 healers and one's wearing Worm Cult, the other's wearing his Mender. What else do you have? Oh, Spell Power Cure, I can't forget that. And maybe Infallibility Ether or something like that. So that's typically where they are. Would the 2 healers wear this set? Maybe. But then they're going to lose out on one of the buffs. One of them wearing this set at least, I think, is going to be the meta. I feel like this is reversed for some reason, though. I'm trying to think here. That's critical damage. Turkfun's, I'm thinking is actually... Let me just double check here, because I'm thinking that was actually Fang. Now that I'm back to think about it. That's in Veteran Scale Collar. That's in Fang lair. Okay. That clears it up for me. Sorry about that, guys. I reversed that. I apologize. Totally wrong on that. Zaan here goes with the Dragon Priest. Of course it goes to Dragon Priest because it looks like a Dragon Priest mask. That's what's throwing me off so goddamn much. The reason I was thinking this was from Scale Collars because if you've done the dungeon, it involves a lot of poison and disease. And I'm actually kind of surprised that the effect that this one has is that. This one here, with like the critical damage in that, in the beams, it doesn't really match much of the dungeon except for that one fight. So, sorry about that. Feels like they got the mechanics of those dungeons just a little bit messed up there. So, let me just go back really quick, show off this one. I know it's totally out of order here, but whatever. But yes. The dragon face on top of everything else here. And let's talk about the ability here. So again, when you damage an enemy nearby you, growing a pool of desecrated bile from 8 seconds. Enemies in the bile receive 580 disease damage every 1 second, are affected with minor maim and minor defile, reducing the damage done and healing done by 50%. This is going to occur once every 8 seconds. Lackluster. So again, like when a nearby enemy damages you, you summon a pool of desecrated for 8 seconds with an 8-second cooldown. And then you're doing 580 damage every 1 second for 8 seconds. That's... Oh. 4,000 damage. Total. That's not even the first tick of the other dungeon helmet. And the benefit that you're getting out of it is minor maim and minor defile. Minor maim on a tank, you already get by using, if you're a DK, you have talents. If you're using the second hand, like heroic slash, you're getting minor maim as well. That's nothing. Then minor maim, or sorry, minor defile, you get through poisons. And honestly, that minor defile, it's only 15%. Like, you want a major defile. That's... And are they going to stay in that? No. If it's PvP, they're going to walk out of it. So, what does this really do? Like, it's got to be major and do more damage, I feel. It's health. It's just... It's not good for PvP. It's not good for PvE either. Anyway, let's get back on track, guys. I apologize for that diversion. Now we're on Dragon Priest here. Let's get to the medium stuff. Mm-hmm. Alright, this is a medium Dragon Priest. It feels wrong that they actually have like a Khajiit type mask. These straps kind of look like suspenders, to be honest. The bottom part isn't too bad. Looks, again, scaled. Alright, let's talk about the set here. Weapon damage, health, weapon damage. When you take damage, summon a Skeever Corpse, which will launch a ball, which launches a ball poison and deals 5,727 poison damage every 1.5 seconds at the nearest enemy for 6 seconds. This effect can occur once every 15 seconds. Alright. So 1.5 for 6 seconds. So basically we get to launch 4 of these balls. 5,227. Oh, let's just close these out here. I keep on going to these other ones here. Damn it. I can't even remember the numbers I just said. 5,727. $1.5 for 6 seconds, that's 4. 22k if they stay close to it. That's not enough damage. And poison... I mean, if it gets increased to Morong Tong, maybe, but I don't think that's really good enough. Just not good enough. And you're not going to crit with this either because it's a proc set, so... Not good for PvE. Not quite good enough for PvP either. Alright, let's take a look at the last set here. The heavy. Oh wait, I just put all the Fang lair stuff on again. Sorry about that, guys. It's after this here. Dolmen's Curse here. Yep, here we go. Alright, Dolmen's Curse. Again, suspenders. It kind of looks like Dragon Scaly. That face. The sewn off lips. The Khajiit ears. I think the helmet's cool. I think the chest gear's a little bit better. I do like the arms. Also pretty good legs on that. Now the set itself. Health, spell damage, and weapon damage. And then number 5. When hitting a taunted monster with a fully charged heavy attack, or an enemy who is stunned or immobilized with a fully charged heavy attack, you deal 13,363 physical damage. This should occur every 7 seconds. Alright, so a few things here. They put it down as taunted monster with a fully charged heavy attack. So AKA it's somebody that's not it basically that doesn't work on players. What does work on players, any enemy who is stunned or immobilized, which I think you can get immobilized with just roots. or you can get somebody that's like just wrecking blow it all over or something else like that. That's a pretty big hit, and I don't know if that's going to be good enough for tanks that are trying to help out with DPS. Typically, they're not going to have chances to get a fully charged heavy attack in, but if you're just talking like, I don't know, like standard PvE dungeon stuff, non-DLC, that might be good enough. PvP wise, I'm not sure. I think that if that 1300, if that 13,000 held in PvP and didn't reduce at all, that's potentially like a really powerful blow on top of everything else. And maybe you're doing it with like a wrecking blow on top of it, or sorry, not wrecking blow, dizzying swing. That could be pretty powerful. You gotta move your cat, or you're getting out of your box. Oh god. Well, I won't worry about it too much. As long as you can see the stuff that we're going over. Yay! So that's the sets. That's the monster helms. I apologize I didn't do it in the right order, of course, but yeah, it looks kind of interesting. I'll probably say that Fang is my favorite set, even though it's lewd. As for the sets themselves, we have one new set that's probably going to be pretty meta for healers, and we have one monster helm which will be probably pretty meta for some DPS as well. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll catch y'all later. This is just PTS, so we might see some changes in the future. But go ahead, read the forums and all that stuff to read more, or to hear more about it, okay? In the meantime.